Welcome back to the Clydesdale Media Roundtable. My name is Scott Switzer. I'm the Clydesdale. She is Kat Shear. He is hardly Charlie, but he's here with us today. So
That's
what is
right.
a special occasion, my friend?
I just felt like I'd check in on you guys. Make sure I get the ratings back up.
We need the help.
Yes, we do. We need the help.
Yeah. Your handsome face, I'm sure, gets us at least 3 points.
At least 3. At least in the beginning.
Charlie, what's going on with you? Have you worked out in the last week or two?
I have not.
Are you shut down?
I shouldn't be shut down, but I am shut down.
Okay.
But the good news is that I'm actually able to get in to see the doctor earlier than I expected. So we'll see from there.
This is the hip doctor?
This is the hip doctor.
Okay. Good stuff.
Hips don't lie, and there's a tear in it. So me and you may not know who he is, but Jamar Chase, who is a football player, have the same injury. He's slightly younger than me, though, so he'll probably recover faster than me, but...
Is he having surgery?
Probably not. Because, he's young.
Because he's 22.
He's 22.
I had mine when I was, what did I say, 16, 20, 43.
What did they do, a scope?
Yeah, I did laparoscopic, labral tear repair, bone shaving down procedure. Yes, those 2 things.
I've heard that if I put GW 70359 directly into it, I can be better in like a week. So we're going to give that a run.
Can't hurt. Can't hurt.
Yeah, but one hip will be a lot bigger than the other.
That's right.
So make sure you do the same on the other side.
Yeah.
It's all about balance.
I love it. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're getting it taken care of. When you see the doctor?
Wednesday.
Like in 2 days, Wednesday?
Like in 2 days.
Nice. Okay.
Hopefully it says, I'll get you in here tomorrow.
Awesome.
Everyone's like, you should wait for insurance reasons. And I'm like, listen, I don't sleep. I don't have time for that.
Yeah, just do it.
So are you at Ortho 1?
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
They're a big ortho doctor practice here in Columbus. My wife, that's where she is trying to get her knees replaced at.
Good stuff. Just make sure the doctor's done a lot of hips before. A lot of hips.
He is the hip specialist in Ohio.
Good stuff. So Scott, it's afternoon. Did you work out today?
I did not.
Okay. What's going on?
And
little drama here at the Schweitzer house.
What's going on?
Oh.
So you may or may not have noticed over the last year plus, I've had a little bit of a cough. Thought I was allergic to the dog. Thought it might be termites. Basically, we were just throwing spaghetti at the wall thinking it's something, because I've been to the doctor and they can't really find anything that's wrong. And there it is. So anyway, Julie and I decided we were going to deep clean our house. And we started on the outside. We had it all pressure washed, did all that kind of stuff. Had all the carpets cleaned, all of that stuff. And then today we had the ductwork cleaned. And they found mold.
Ugh. The old black mold?
It is not the dangerous, like you'll die black mold, but it is definitely going to affect your respiratory function, black mold. So they put a chemical through my ductwork to kill all the mold that's in there.
That sounds
and yeah, not my ductwork, the house's ductwork, thank God. And then they put a system in that so that mold can't grow again. And it's an ultraviolet light thing that goes up through your ductwork. So
that
anyway,
sounds very expensive.
Very expensive. I am broke as a joke right now. My savings was wiped out today. I'll just say that. But if this cough goes away in a week or two, then hallelujah, praise the Lord, I will take it, because this has been a pain in my ass for a long time.
Yeah. And if I have to hear you say I'm a professional one more time on the podcast when you unmute yourself, I might also lose my life savings.
Yeah. Andrew Sten says I should give all of our guests a sign that says, hey, you're on mute.
Oh, there you
go. So, but yeah, that happened a couple times last night. I would get a little cough and I had nobody to back me up. And so I was running the show solo, but turned out to be a great show. It's actually doing very well in the ratings compared to other shows as of lately. But so go check that out. Elena Budd's newest underdog athlete.
She's a cutie. That was fun to listen to. I didn't get to listen to all of it, but I obviously was there for a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Because I was in Williamsburg all weekend watching baseball. It was a balmy 80 degrees there. I'm not used to that. Normally I have to wear snow pants in the off season to go watch baseball there. It gets really windy. We live streamed the games for people that weren't able to travel, which was really fun. Friday afternoon, everything went fine. Saturday morning, I went and set up the camera and I could not get the computer to recognize the camera. And I tried 8 million different things. I must have restarted my computer and reinstalled the software 18,000 times. Ended up just recording the game and then quickly trying to download it onto YouTube so that people could watch it after the fact. Only to find out that the $130 cam link that I bought at Best Buy on Thursday that I used on Friday, I was not using on Saturday at all to connect the camera to the computer. And so therefore,
that'll do it.
It was not responding. So it was kind of like, I don't know, I was in bed at like midnight Saturday night and it just kind of came to me like, wait a minute, there's this cam link thing that I bought. I used it on Friday. I don't think I used it. I don't have it. Where is it? So it was in the press box of the place. We got it sorted out on Sunday. We went live again on Sunday. Yours truly got to announce batters on Saturday and Sunday. And that was so fun. I had a blast. We played music in between innings. And I got to hang out with like 3 or 4 of the pitchers that had pitched the day before. I got to listen to all their, banter during the game. They were completely unfiltered and uncensored, which I was hoping they would be, even though one of their teammates' moms was in the booth with them. And they started feeding me like nicknames of different players. So it was really fun. I got to, say like now batting number 4, Wiz. And like the kids would look up at the press box and be like, how did you know that's my nickname? It was so fun. I had a blast.
Wiz.
So I watched a little bit.
Oh, did you? No, you couldn't hear me announcing.
It seems very windy.
Yeah. The sound is terrible.
Yeah.
You couldn't even hear the music in between the innings, really. I mean, you could hear a little bit like, when I was saying stuff, but
yeah, I wasn't watching for the play. I was watching to see how it went for you.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity.
The angle of the camera, that's the same angle, mind you, that Flow Sports uses when they broadcast the game. So it was the same. So the expectations were very low anyway.
I'm not sure that's the bar you want to strive for.
I know, right? Terrible. It was funny. One of the parents sent me a message. It was like, hey, any chance you can get in front of the netting? And I'm like, yeah, no, we can't do that. Because that's just the way it is. And if I got in past the netting, I would be way too close and you wouldn't see anything but like the pitcher and the catcher and second base. So yeah, multi cameras would have been great if I could have had a little remote on it to sort of pan and scan and all that. That would have been cool too, but they were just happy to get to see it, to be honest with you.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
You, out of the goodness of your heart, set up this tripod with a camera and live streamed the game for free.
Correct.
How do you take it when parents give you feedback on the quality of your good deed?
Yeah, it was fine. I was fine. I mean, I don't think they were. No, it was all right. I didn't mind at all. Like somebody had asked to, like, I think at one point the sound was really bad. And I couldn't figure out why. It was kind of like skipping the sound. It was like resume, resume, resume. And I couldn't figure out why. I like rebooted the computer at one point in time, and that fixed it, whatever it was. I don't know, what it was. I tried to get the Rode mic to hook up to it to see if maybe I could get a little more stuff. And I couldn't. Really, the only time you could hear anything is when people were behind the camera walking, like from third base to first base, like in the stands. You could hear random conversations. But there's a kid on Braden's team that is from Israel. And he came up to me after the game. His name is Asaf. And Braden said to me on Saturday, he said, Asaf wants to meet you. And I'm like, oh, I probably butchered his name, didn't I? I'm so sorry. Like, is he going to yell at me? Is he mad at me? And Braden said, no. And so after the game, he come up to me and he just said, I just want to tell you how happy I am that you streamed that. He said, my parents have never seen me play, and they got to watch me play baseball. And I was like, okay, you're welcome. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah, that's I guess cool. That all the negative
right
that you get from the other parents is wiped away by that comment.
Yeah, that and some other young man who I don't know them by face. He didn't turn around and show me his number, so I don't know who it was. But he came up to me too when I was grabbing lineups for the Sunday game, and he said, I just want to thank you so much for doing that. It was really cool that my parents got to, watch this, because in the fall, this is their fall World Series. It's an inter-squad series. They have team captains, they pick teams, and they play best of 3. And it's a tradition there. They've been doing it forever. It used to be called the Green and Gold game. Now it's called the Fall World Series. It was the Benny and the Jets against Strike One was the 2 teams. And Braden's team won, which was great, and 2-1. But no, they'd never been able to see it before unless you're there. And, it's hard in the fall to get down to Williamsburg. And some of these kids are Canadian. Obviously, Asaf is from Israel. And, there are people from Florida, Texas, all over. So it was cool. I do it again in a heartbeat. It was really fun.
Yeah, it was a cool idea, and I love that it worked. I just was checking in to make sure that everything went well for you, and I'm glad that happened.
It was awesome, and I got to see the bubs, so that was good. And he's got a full-on mustache,
a handlebar.
It's really cool. I actually really like it. No one else does, but I figure, listen, you're only 19 once. Let him do what he wants to do. It's fine.
You can change facial hair in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was good.
Let kids be kids.
And then we got like 3 more weeks and he's home for Thanksgiving. So
there you go.
That was my weekend.
Nice. Yeah. So we started an accountability challenge today at Polaris. And of course I have the drama on day 1. But through Wodify, they have like a sub Wodify thing where you can load challenges in, and it actually sends you through your phone a task every day that you have to do. And then you log it and you get points for completing that task.
Oh, nice.
So the concept behind it is simple steps through the holidays, not something drastic or dramatic, but just complete this task, hopefully through this week, and it becomes a habit. And then next week, one more simple task, hopefully that becomes a habit. And then we all get through the holidays without putting on a bazillion pounds.
Yeah.
That's so great. This week is workout.
Oh, well. I got news for you. Colleen coached the first 2 classes for me this morning just to kind of let me sleep in because we didn't get home until about 9 last night. And I signed up for the 6:30. I thought, well, I'll take the 6:30 class. I woke up in time to get to the 6:30, and I was downstairs getting ready for lunch, and I just laid down on the couch and was like, reset my phone. I was like, I'm not going in yet. I need more sleep. And I don't know why, because I got plenty of sleep over the weekend. It wasn't like we were out partying or anything, but it was bad. Yeah. But today's workout, which I'm hoping to do at some point, maybe after we get off here, was it's a main site workout from November of 2021. 20 minutes of thrusters. So it's an EMOM, five thrusters every minute for 5 minutes. And then every 5 minutes you add weight. So you add weight 3 different times. So it's like, I'm going to I think I'm going to do 65, 75, 85, 95. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try. Maybe 45, 55, 65, 75. I don't know. I think I can do it.
When's the last time you worked out?
For Thursday. I've been doing all right.
Oh, okay.
You've been missing it. I've been doing really, really good. Really good.
So you said it's 5 thrusters a minute.
5 thrusters a minute for 5 minutes. And then you up the weight and you do it another 5 minutes. Up the weight, 5 minutes, up the weight, 5 minutes. So it's 100 thrusters.
And you said 65, 75, 85, 95?
Yeah.
I would vomit.
Yeah, see, I love thrusters. So I think it would be okay for me. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I might change.
Yeah, I would go 45, 55, 65, 75.
That's what most
maybe I'll ask him to put a spring in my hip. So thrusters will be easier.
Yeah. You'll be fine, Charlie. You'll be thrustering soon. It was cute.
Oh.
Some of the ladies in class today, when we were demonstrating, we were going through like a front squat and then we were doing push press. And I was like, okay, now you're gonna all put it together and you're gonna do, a thruster. And someone was like, I thought that was when you like sit down and do this. I'm like, no, those are hip thrusts.
Those are hip thrusts.
Close, but this is a thruster. It was funny.
Yeah.
CrossFit.
Not to be confused with the old cluster.
It's true. Yes. Love clusters.
Yeah. Today's workout was strength with squats and getting heavier. So we're getting up to like 2 for 80% towards the end of the strength. And then it was, what's that?
You said back squats? Front
Yeah.
squats. Okay.
Oh.
Back. And then it was pull-ups, chest to bar pull-ups, lunges with the farmer carry dumbbell, and 400-meter runs.
Mm-hmm.
So squatting, lunges, 400-meter runs, and a couple chest to bars thrown in.
So just a little something for the legs.
Yeah. That seems to be the trend. Squats and lunges on the same day at Polaris.
I like it. It's bold.
She seems to know what she's doing.
Right?
Or he, whoever, both of them.
Well, they're off in Boston at the Noble Film Festival.
All right. So like, we'll just kill these people while they're. I'm sure she's probably doing.
Is that the most low-key event ever? Like, I didn't hear anything about it. All of a sudden, there's pictures all over Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty exclusive, if you ask me.
Yeah, and are there films being shown? I mean, I've heard nothing from any of the like creators in the space that they got picked or.
And they didn't do this last year because last year I submitted photos from the games to be a part of it, and then they never had it. And then this year, I don't know that they asked for photos because I probably would have submitted some just for the hell of it. And
I heard nothing.
It was just
nothing about it this year.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Because last year was supposed to be the week after Rogue in Austin.
Right.
Like the premise of just kind of hanging out, staying there through the week. And that's when it would be. And then they canceled it.
Do we even know where this one was?
Was
it in New York City or?
They were in Boston.
Oh, they're in Boston. Okay.
I didn't know Cole Sager was a Noble guy.
Oh yeah.
He's always Nike.
Well, he was Nike until just recently.
It's all those comp train people.
Noble folks.
Although Chandler is not a Noble guy. Do they have any black CrossFitters? I don't think they do.
There was one guy in the picture. I don't even know who he was.
Oh, there was?
Tola.
Oh, Tola. What's Tola?
There was a different guy. He had dreads. I don't know. No idea who he was.
Is that Walter? Or is that your dog?
Frank.
Frank.
Frank the Tank.
Oh, I love it.
The guy who came to do my duct work, he was, his dog's name is Phil.
Oh, what is it with people names for dogs? It cracks me up.
Yeah, he goes, I love it when people name their dogs people names.
So
and he played with Walter like the whole time he was here. He was really cool.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, there's a basset hound named Brian that just cracks me up all the time. Brian. Come on, Brian.
Always wanted a bulldog and name him Doug.
Doug. It's so funny. Remember I was telling you about the kid on Braden's baseball team? His name is Tank. And I was like, he's like 5'6", 160 or something like that. The kids up in the media box were calling him Quarter Tank. That was funny. There was trying to think of the names, the nicknames. It was Big Cat, Whiz, Bulldog, and Quarter Tank. I think were some of the better ones.
Derivation of Whiz?
No idea. I'll have to ask. I don't know.
This is a family show. I don't know if we can figure it out.
Yeah, I'm sure there's something. And Big Cat there's something to that one too. I'm not sure what, but there was another pitcher coming up, and Braden was telling me, he's like, "Oh, you got to call him Big Cat. You got to call him Big Cat." And I'm like, I don't want to know. Don't want to know. But it was fun.
Well, I had an awesome day yesterday because my football team may have a franchise quarterback for the first time in my lifetime, and Kat mutes and heads off because she don't want to be a part of this conversation.
You sure you don't have a franchise running back?
Dude, did you see the throw to Mooney?
I also saw 300 yards rushing.
He did break Michael Vick's record for most yards rushing in a game. But dude, he's throwing so well, and he has no help. His receivers drop everything.
None.
But the future's bright. I actually may be happy on Sundays again.
Why is that?
Because of what I just said. My team may have a quarterback for the first time in my life. My whole life, the Chicago Bears have played really good defense and had a shitty offense that just tries to hang on.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually now have a quarterback who can score points like mad. And the last great quarterback the Bears had was like in the late 1930s.
Okay. That's a long time.
Right. Yeah, we're coming up on 100 years of no good quarterback.
Did you guys watch the World Series?
A little bit here and there. I hate the Astros so much.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. We're obviously Philly fans in the off season. I mean, most of my family, I think Braden's a Phillies fan. Eliana and Chris are Braves fans, and I like baseball. So, sorry.
Yeah. I was raised to hate the Phillies.
Yeah, because you were a Pirates fan, right?
Correct.
So sorry. Was Dusty Baker a Pirates manager at any point in time in his career? Probably. No?
No. Okay. Nope, we never had managers that good.
Well, this is Dusty Baker's first World Series, so he ain't that good.
Well, he's made it before. He just never won.
Yeah, it's true. So baseball's over.
You got to remember when Barry Bonds retired, the Pirates went on a 21-year losing record streak.
Really?
From like the early 90s.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was bad.
Okay.
I root for a lot of losers. That is my life.
Penn State for sure.
Hey now.
Miss Eliana Shearer is going to the Penn State game next weekend with KJ.
Why?
Him and his family are big Penn State fans, and his Mimi, his grandmother, lives, I don't know, like 20 minutes outside of Happy Valley. So they're going up to visit her, and they're going to go to a game. And
I will say, it is an incredible stadium to be in.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I'm sure it'd be a cool experience for it. I'm not a fan, but it's all good.
Yeah, that place gets nuts. It is one of the coolest experiences ever. And Charlie's wife is from Happy Valley.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she is. And we were there for the Ohio State game. And we were almost divorced.
And she was not happy.
We were almost divorced. Oh man. Well, football season is over for us. They played in their last regular season game this past weekend. They won. Their record was, I think, 8-1 for Charter School of Wilmington. Pretty good for. So I think the conference play starts not next week, but the week after. So we'll see how far they get.
Well, my alma mater back in Pennsylvania, they have a running back who broke Eddie George's high school rushing record.
Oh, really?
For touchdowns and yards. And like where I grew up, town of 10,000 people, like no great athlete has ever come through there before.
That's really
and
cool.
He's only a junior, and he broke Eddie George's record, and then they lost in the first round of the playoffs.
Aww. There was the team that we played, St. Elizabeth's, that we played the weekend we lost. Their number one rusher rushed for 300 yards before the half. And that's like not unusual for him to do in any given game. So, I mean, I can't even believe I don't remember his name. Kasim Benson. And like the announcer every time, and Kasim Benson, number one on the carry for 66 yards, and the touchdown. Let me guess, Kasim Benson. Yes, it was that the whole time. Crazy.
Yeah.
And he's not even, I don't even think he's like a couple D3 schools are looking at him. Like he's so good, but football is just so competitive that like D1 is not a thing. Really.
Yeah, this kid out of my hometown is being recruited D1.
Is he?
And and it's getting competitive. All the big schools are coming.
Sure.
Which my town has never seen.
Yeah.
We had like 2 guys make it to West Virginia University, and then one kid made it to Notre Dame and made it to the NFL as a tight end. But that's it in like history.
That's cool. Did I tell you Eliana got her first college acceptance?
No.
Yeah. To a small Catholic university up the road here. I didn't even know she applied to it. But she got in, and they're giving her $20,000 a year.
Yep.
Well, good, because small and Catholic usually means very expensive.
Yeah, I think she's at like 50% scholarship, maybe.
Yeah.
So we'll take it.
Because I went small Catholic. I graduated from a small Catholic school. Mm-hmm. And I'm still in debt.
Charlie, when is your next one starting to look at colleges?
2034.
10 years from now.
Oh, really? All your other guys are up and out?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That's crazy.
In currently.
Or in currently. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a whole different process in 10 years. I'm sure.
Yeah. If we're even going. Even knows.
Yeah, you just send your microchip in and they...
Right. Are any of your kids doing like a trade or anything? Are they all in four-year colleges?
One's trying to be a nurse, if you call that a trade.
Yeah. I think there's a shortage of that. I'd rather not waste $100,000 on a liberal arts degree for anybody, really.
Right.
Well, the department I work for here, we have an apprenticeship program. Mm-hmm. And if you go into like pipe fitting or electrician, you can make 6 figures coming out of high school.
Easily.
No college education, and they'll pay for all the education you need.
Right. No debt and making that money right away. Sign me up. I would do that.
Yeah. And you have a union backing you, so
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna switch gears here for a second. Tell me if I'm crazy.
Yes, you're crazy.
There was a vent in the ceiling of my gym that was causing a leak, and it was like a dead vent. Like it wasn't being used for anything anymore. It was just like they chopped it off at the top and just left like the bottom part of it underneath the ceiling, and it was leaking. So I reported it to my landlord, and they had a roof company come out and say, yeah, we're just going to patch that up. And I said, okay. That's all I heard from it. Today, I'm in the middle of personal training someone, and some guy starts walking in the back of my gym, tracking dirt and crap all over the floor. And I'm like, can I help you? Oh yeah, we're patching up, we're pulling that vent out, and we're going to patch the ceiling. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Do I need to do anything? Nope, you're fine. I'm like, okay. 20 minutes later, the vent falls from the roof onto my equipment and scratches one of my bikes. Thank God there wasn't a person riding the bike when it happened, because it was this old, rusty, heavy, 7-8 pound piece of metal. And so when that happened, I opened the garage door and I went out there and I was like, hey guys, what are you doing? Can you, pretend like I'm your client for a second and let me know what's going on? Should you put a drop cloth down? Should I have moved some bikes? What the fuck? And, the guy's like, oh, I'm, sorry, I didn't think it was going to fall. We thought we could just pull it off from the top. But, I guess I'm like, well, yeah, that didn't happen. And he's like, don't worry. All we're going to do now is patch it with drywall. You won't even know we're here. I'm like, okay. So I left the gym. I closed everything up and I left, and I come back and there's dust everywhere. There's bits of drywall all over the floor. I have to mop and vacuum the place. I'm sorry, but is that my responsibility? Shouldn't they have cleaned up afterwards? Shouldn't have someone let me know that this was happening today so that I could have been prepared for whatever I needed to do to get ready? B, do they not clean up after themselves? I know I wasn't here, but people have keys to my place. They're allowed to come in and clean up after themselves. I was just really pissed. So I left a really nasty voicemail for my property manager.
C, why didn't they come down and make sure everything was okay?
Right. What?
A piece of metal just fell into the building.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you check to make sure you didn't injure somebody?
So annoyed. This is the third time too that something like this random has happened. I told you about the guy, the company that they have these maintenance crews that come around to the parking lot 3 times a week and pick up trash and stuff like that. And they don't even really do a good job of picking up the trash. The one guy was peeing by the dumpster, with my open garage door, one of the older guys. That happened. I didn't report him. The other time, they had a tree cutting company, a utility tree cutting company, come and cutting all these trees by the power lines. They didn't tell me that was happening, which they were blocked off the whole back of the building. So we couldn't do runs or anything like that. And it was Saturday at 9 a.m., right when I have my biggest class. It's just common courtesy. Oh, hey, we're going to be doing this work, just so you know, FYI. Meanwhile, I'm trying to get a food truck to come one day a week. And it's you'd think I was asking them, for $1 million. I just want to try to drive some traffic into this area because this parking lot is freaking dead on Tuesdays because the nail salon is closed. And I don't really want nail salon people coming into my gym anyway, because the nail salon is super shady. But a food truck, that would be great. Bring a food truck in, get some business. I'm sure the Sherwin-Williams and the Vitamin Shop would love some extra foot traffic from a food truck. But I've been asking for 2 months and no one gets back to me. Super annoying. Oh, Cat's dog's name is Hank. I love it. Y'all know Dash's name was Trevor too before we changed it to Dash. So I'm all about the boy names. Go ahead, Scott. Annoying.
You talked about the nail salon, and all I can picture is Better Call Saul. And I don't know if you've ever seen that show.
Yes, 100%. A freaking
his office was in the back of a nail salon.
Yeah. And you've seen the nail salon. It's disgusting. Neon signs and dirty drapes on the windows and busted up cars coming in and out. I don't even know that they do nails in there. Anyhow.
Yeah.
And then did I tell you about the mouse I found on my glue trap yesterday? Alive.
Isn't that what a glue trap is for?
No, it's for bugs. The glue traps are for bugs, not for mice. And a little mouse. Okay. I came in and I heard the squeaking and I was like, there's a bird in here or something, because there's birds everywhere. And I'm looking around. I'm like, I think it's a mouse. I don't know. There's a squeak. I can't. And then I look in the trap and it's stuck on the trap and it's bleeding and it's crying. And it was completely traumatic. And I didn't know what to do. So I just put it in the dumpster and walked away. Because I couldn't put it out of its misery. But F me, dude. I pulled up all the traps, all the glue traps. I'm like, I don't care if we have bugs. We're not having dead mice. We're not having trapped mice. So my exterminator came today and he put out some of the traps outside where they go in and eat something and then they go away and die. That's the kind of trap I'm about for mice.
You don't care about killing. It just, you don't
I
want
don't
to
want to see it. I don't need to be a witness. Nope. And my exterminator's like,
Awesome.
they have really soft skulls. You could have just gone like this and probably killed it, or just put it in the freezer. That's a really humane way to kill a mouse. And I was like, you're fucking with me, right? He's like,
all right, there, Dahmer.
Yeah. Just put it in the freezer. I'm like, Mike, I'm not going to put it in the freezer.
That's humane to freeze them out.
Somebody, if anyone knows a vet that will supply me with syringes of like whatever the angel of death medicine is that we give our dogs to like put them to sleep, I want to just carry those around with me everywhere. And if I see
I'm sure that's
suffering,
completely legal.
if I see an animal suffering, that's what I will give them, because anything else just completely breaks my heart. I'm not cut out for this.
The dark side of being a business owner.
Terrible. Anyway, I paid the rent this month.
Well,
there you go.
Paid rent.
one more month in business.
Yep, we're good to go. 30 more days.
All right. Well, we don't have much coming up, but I am working on that, getting some people. If you have any suggestions of people you'd like to hear on the show, go ahead and drop those in the comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notifier so you're the first to know when we go live on this channel.
And drink your C4.
Drink
C4.
that C4.
Yep.
We've got some fun things happening coming up.
I had my freedom ice this morning to wake me up.
Yeah, go to c4energy.com. Use the code Clydesdale for 20% off everything in the store. I am still all about the gummy sour BCAAs. I don't even care if it does anything to my body. It tastes delicious.
That's so great. Oh, and I put a new TikTok up. New TikTok up with JoJo. So cute. Check it out.
Awesome.
With that.
You guys.
Can't miss a JoJo TikTok.
Nope.
All right. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye.